My name is Maria.
Soy de San Salvador.
I'm in San Salvador, in El Salvador, in Central America. Let me tell you my testimony to tell you how God has changed my life.
Yo antes tomaba,
Before, I was an alcoholic,
consumía droga,
and I took drugs.
consumía cocaína.
I take
ponía
cocaine.
pega,
I used to sniff glue,
pastilla que aquí vendían que se llamaba Trisán,
and I used to take
Trispan,
Tristan,
y esa la consumía con cerveza,
and I used to
con
take that with alcohol and hard liquor.
guaro. Y después iba superando el guaro.
I drank so much that I became,
Y llegué
for
a un
10 years, I was
tiempo que
addicted.
No sabía quiénes eran las personas con las que
There
yo
was a
veía.
time I became a prostitute, and there was a time that I would wake up in beds that I didn't know how I got there.
A un comedor un plato de comida.
One day I was eating,
Y Dios cambió mi vida total.
and I was invited to church, and God changed my life.
A la iglesia central.
They took me,
Me hablaron de Cristo.
somebody took me to church,
Yo
and they
tenía
talked
dos
to me
hijos entre 5
about
y
Christ.
4 años.
I had had 2 children. One was 2 and the other was 5, and I would
Quise
leave them
envenenar 2 veces.
as I went out and prostituted myself.
Mi vida no tenía ningún fin, no daba
My
yo
life
qué
had
hacer.
no meaning.
Pero
I just
cuando
worked
Dios obró
so that I
en mi
could
vida,
help them
empecé a buscar más de
live.
Él porque tenía unas
After I
necesidades.
became a Christian,
Y ahora, pues,
my
gracias al
ideas
Señor,
changed,
tenía
and
3
the
años de
Lord
estar en iglesia.
has changed me. I had been in church for 3 years, and I started serving at the church, and my children started to grow. One was 17 years old, and one day I was waiting for my daughter at home, and somebody took her. They kidnapped her and they killed her. And I prayed to God that He give me strength, and why I had lost my daughter. When they found my daughter, her body was cut in 3 different pieces, and I had to identify the 3 different pieces. Her head was in one area. 3 days later, her torso and the legs and the hands were found in another place. And I would ask the Lord that He, I asked the Lord that I wanted to be faithful and to give me strength to continue in His ways. The Lord took me in and He hugged me. And He hasn't abandoned me since. The Lord has been faithful. He's taken care of me even during this whole time where I had this pain. From that time till now, I've become more faithful at the church. I have a tight relationship with the Lord, and I know that the Lord looks out for me. And every birthday of my daughter, I would get depressed about her death. And I pray to God that He give me strength. I don't know how to write or read, but the Lord gives me the word so that I can go out and evangelize for His glory and honor. And I have been a Christian for 8 years. I run the ministry for my church in the prison, and only Jesus has made the difference in my life. I give thanks to God because my son, the one that's left, is the Christian. He's in the church and he works hard in evangelism. I give you this testimony because Jesus has saved me from the life I had before and has given me new hope.